I say, welcome, guys, back to my program. And now you have to understand that in your tones, you have to always understand how to speak. And your tones can vibrate into this universe, and you have to be able to do so. You have to be able to speak your content into the world. And now I understand that sometimes my life, for example, in terms of what I'm doing, like, for example, I would love to make more content every single day. And the more I can make content, the better my life and the more aware I am. But you have to realize also that nobody forces me to do this except for myself. And now you have to realize that this doesn't even feel like work to me. This stuff is me expressing myself, and it's the only thing I understand how to do now. And it means the world to me to be able to express myself in some kind of way. And now you have to realize that everything I've done online has been because of words. And now because I stick to the words of everything that I do, I understand how to go about my life now. And I remember myself when I was working a 9-to-5 job over there. And guess what was happening? I was falling asleep at the job. And people were having to wake me up at work just to work over there. And I didn't make music back then. I wasn't making music. I wasn't life coaching. And I was wasting a lot of time on poker and on women and chasing women. And I didn't have much going for me in my life. You understand? But I remember also when I was a little baby, when I was just born, and how I felt. And that feeling is everything. And that's the feeling I have now. The same kind of feeling that I had when I was born, I'm still feeling that feeling right now. Even though I'm feeling much more magnitude of everything I am. And you have to realize that my feelings are always different. Everything I speak about and everything I am is always different. I'm always changing. I'm always scheduling for myself a much better life. But I understand something, that my life is not getting worse. My life's only getting better. So the reason I don't go on social media profiles to talk to people, for example, is because I feel that I'm already talking to these people in some kind of way. So I don't have to waste my time talking to these people. And it's much more how, because I don't try to convince these people to give me money, I find money in other ways. And now, money for me means wisdom. And anywhere I can make wisdom is the gold money for me. And it's the golden nuggets in my life. So the best way I make wisdom is through the words I speak. And now my feelings is all about wisdom. I go for wisdom in everything I do. I try to learn from everything I do. And because I learn from everything I do, I then go and give this content to other people. I become my own life coach. I become my own guru. And now you have to realize that the best teacher in your life is your feelings. And when you tune into your feelings, you have to be able to speak the words of that. And when you start speaking the words of your feelings, and when you start describing your feelings to other people and how you really feel, and you make people understand you, then you made this world a better place. When people can understand the positive side of you, the good side of you. And now every single day you have to always push yourself to make content. You have to push yourself. And you have to push yourself to do something in life, you understand? But if you're not working for yourself, if you're not trying to build a business for yourself, then you're going to land into another person's business. And then guess what's going to happen? If you're not making a business for yourself, then you're making other businesses for other people come true for them. So what I mean is that if you're not working on your own business, then you're helping someone else thrive in their business. So you have to realize you have to make a business for yourself. And now if you look at my own online apprenticeship, if you look at my online profile, you'll see everything you need to understand about Danny Milivojevic. And guess what? For me, it doesn't really matter that I don't have a lot of following, you understand? Because I understand something, that those people who already see me, I'm making a positive difference in those people's lives. And that's the only beneficial thing about my life, that I am making some kind of difference in someone's life. And now you have to realize that over time, more people and more people are looking up at my content. And long after I'm gone from this world, people are going to remember what I done for them. You understand? So whatever happens in life, try to explain it to yourself. Try to describe it in words. Try to describe everything in words. And when you describe everything in words, something amazing happens. You start speaking from your feelings. You start living in the moment. You start wanting to live life. You start choosing to do what your feelings tell you to do. So the way I am right now is because of my feelings. Because my feelings chose it. You understand? And if my feelings chose it, then I chose it because I am my feelings. So everything I am right now is because of myself. And I've got nobody else to blame for my life because it's something I chose. I chose to be this way. And now why did I choose to be this way? I promise you, I only see good things in my life. I don't see one bad thing in my life because of the feelings I have and because of the wisdom I have. And now you have to understand also that nothing lasts forever. But even though you always last forever, you understand, but you're always leveling up in some kind of area of your life. And now I realize how people go out there and they exercise and they do all these things around exercise. But the thing is that it's not about the exercise as much as I promise you, it's not as much. I promise you, it's not as much about exercise as it is about information. So it's more about the information behind the exercise and what you can do with this information. You understand? So, for example, let's say a bodybuilder went to the gym for 20 years. 20 years of their life has gone because they went to the gym. But then again, they made up for it somehow because they found out information about it. And now, what did these people do with the information? Yes, they go in gym, they look good. Some people are too much big. Some people have too much big muscles. Other people are too thin. Other people are trying. Other people are fat. You have to realize everyone's trying to do something. But what are you doing with the information that you understand? Some people waste it down the drain. They don't do anything with their information. Think about me, for example. What am I doing with my information? I'm giving it to you. And then you can go do whatever you want with it. But what do you think these other people are doing with their information? They go to the gym for so long. They exercise for so long. For example, they have all this information behind all this kind of stuff that they're doing. And they're not making public speaking programs. They're not making events around people. I mean, how are these people flourishing in life? Then you would say exercise is overrated. And some people think that exercise is underrated. And you have to understand, I see this person online, for example, she's coaching someone. Okay, she's coaching people online. She's doing online services. And meanwhile, she's making a profile about herself in the gym, that she's in the gym, she's exercising, that she's some kind of personal trainer. And now what is she going to do with this information? And now it's a good sign that she's coaching people with her information online. But I don't see that she has a YouTube channel. I see she only has an Instagram. And that's as far as she goes at the moment. But the thing is that there's always something more that she can do. She can use this information. People can use their information, okay? They can make a YouTube channel. They can put their face on the videos. They can start branding themselves, you understand? And this is what this woman's doing as well. She's branding herself. She's trying. But she needs to do way more than that. She's trying to make captions on Instagram. I told her today, and I said to her, write a book about your life, about everything, because Instagram captions can only go so far. You understand? So you have to realize how I started books, okay? I started books in a way that I started writing quotes. And now my first book that I ever wrote in my life is Ultimate Road to Success. And I have it in audio book format, and you can find it on audible.com. And you can understand that this is the first book I ever wrote in my life. And then I started writing quotes after that. And now, since I started writing quotes, you have to realize I've learned a lot from my own quotes that I wrote. And you have to realize that when you start making content, you have to understand it's always something new to you. But it's always been here. This information that you're learning has always been here. So you're just becoming aware of this information. So you have to use this information, as do people. And people have to start making events around people with this information if they want to prosper. And some people are ready for it, and some people are not ready for it. Do you know why they're not ready for it? Because they don't know how to utilize this information. And now, I don't know how to utilize my information, but I understand how to utilize it also. You understand? And now, I don't know anything about life, but I can see that I can make events around people with my information. And let's say my life doesn't go the way it needs to be, then I will make it go the way I need to. I will definitely make it go the way I need it to be. You know, so I'm always writing out my life. Everyone's writing out their lives. And everyone needs to be able to utilize their information to give it to other people. So the more information you create, okay, the better brand you have, and the better legacy you have, and the better you are as an individual. So everyone wants to get better, okay? So now, those people at the top, you have to realize why those people who are the smartest in life have very little friends in life. And it's because they found some kind of treasure in life. They found who their true friends are. You understand? And the wisdom of that, they understand how to go about their situation. And you have to realize that you are your only true friend in life. You understand? And now, if you want other people around you, then you have to give them money to be around you. You understand? Because people don't want to waste their time. So if you have a lot of wisdom to give people, then you'll always have people around you. You understand? But the thing is that wisdom goes its own way. You understand? And some people prefer to be alone. You understand? Because they like it like that. Because they're away from danger this way. And now, yes, you can never feel alone because you have knowledge. But the thing is that when you're too much in solitude as well, you can also be creating things for yourself. You can be growing in your feelings. And your feelings are your only true friend. And the more you speak out your feelings and the more you every single day try to help yourself to do better, I promise you anything can happen. So you always have to understand that I can understand how people are. And you have to realize that people go for successful people. People want to be around successful people. People who have ideas. People who are solving problems. Those are the people to be around. And you have to realize that those people who are giving a lot of content every single day, they are the most successful. You understand? Because they're always giving content. You understand? So you have to realize that lots of people out there want to use you for your wisdom. You understand? So when they try to use you for your wisdom, you just give it to them for free. Because this wins credibility in life. This wins a reputation. This is good that you give them your knowledge. But if it gets to the point where they start taking too much of your time, you understand? Make sure you charge these people for your time. So for example, I realized that I've been posting lots of content online and people seem not to give a fuck. You understand? They seem like they don't need my knowledge. But then they will be going against themselves. You understand? So now because I posted a lot of content on the internet, you have to realize something. These people are not trying to go into a conversation with me to personally ask me questions so that I solve their problems. And it's more because they don't see value in what I can do, even though I gave them everything on the internet. But they don't seem to understand that it can help them. So the thing is that they don't come up to me for personal services of how I can provide services for them. And they don't want to, let's say, give me money because of my services. But I haven't asked them to. And now, do I need to ask them? I don't need to ask them because my services don't need an introduction anymore. I don't need to introduce myself anymore to people. Do you understand? My services are enough on the internet. So this means everything I've given you online is because of my generosity and is because my knowledge is updated and it's also the best knowledge in the planet. And I need no introduction anymore about how good I am. You understand? So the thing is that because I need no introduction, I go out as much as possible and I try to give content now for free. And now eventually, this builds my all this content that I'm doing online builds my portfolio. And because it builds my portfolio, it builds my business. This is my business. My business is information driven. Where do I get this knowledge from? I read daily. I read a lot in my life. And because I read a lot, I'm always working, okay? I'm always working for knowledge. But where do I get this knowledge from? I get it from my feelings. My feelings is the source of all knowledge. So when I can speak out my feelings, I can speak out my perspective. And because I can speak out my perspective, I can speak out my ideas. And because I can speak out my ideas, I can speak out my knowledge and wisdom, which is just information. And this seems to help myself and other people. But it only helps people who allow it into their life. And now my information is compounding over time because I'm creating more content. And this is called compound interest. So what I give to other people is what I get in return. So now I'm making lots of money every single day because I'm creating content every single day. You understand? So I always seek for ways to do content, to make content come true for my life. And now I always seek to create content because it helps me the most. And when it helps me, I give it online to other people. And now I've been posting content to these people, and some people have been giving me good feedback, but other people have been giving me silent treatment. And now that's a good thing. Silent treatment is a good thing. But the thing is that I don't expect anything more from them. I don't expect anything from them. I understand I gain everything from it. You understand? Because I'm generous. I'm helping the world in some kind of way. And that's the main thing, that I'm giving this content online for free. But eventually, I have to get paid for my work. You understand? So I'm going to get to a certain threshold in my life. I'm going to make a certain amount of content. And I can see how much content I need to make before I go out and make events around people. But I'm building confidence in the process. I'm building a lot of public speaking in the process. I'm building a lot of perspective in the process. I'm building my portfolio. I'm building an information-driven business. And eventually when these people see me in front of the crowd, and I say, go to my YouTube channel, go to my ebooks on amazon.com.au, and go to my Instagram and Spotify for my music. And then, once they understand this information, they can understand something else. Personal coaching, one-on-one coaching. And when I give lots of packages and lots of information even more, where they can find me at a different place, but they have to give me money. You understand? And now if they don't want to give me money, I win credibility anyway, because I've given them already a lot of free information. So those people who are always keen for more information can always come to my next event. You understand? But first, once I get into it, I'll make free events around people, because what I want to learn for myself is how to advertise myself. First, you have to learn to advertise yourself with paid advertising. And you have to give some money to advertise yourself online to a local area somewhere where you currently stand, or around the world. And then you have to be at the event, and you have to understand how many people come to your event because of how much you've advertised. And now, maybe nobody shows up, maybe someone shows up, but the thing is that you'll learn something. You'll learn something on how to do it better next time. And then you make more free events until you say, no more free events, and now it's going to be a paid event eventually. You understand? But you make free events, and then on the day of the free event, you go ahead and you say, this is how much it's going to benefit you to come to my event. So this is the amount that you have to give me in order for you to get this kind of information, so that you can help your life, so that I can help your life, so that we can all prosper together, so that we can all get somewhere. You understand? And you have to be able to ask for money from people. So when you pitch when you pitch people, okay, you're just asking them for money. Okay, you're just showing them that you deserve it. You're showing these people how much value you've given on the day. And when you've given lots of value on the day, that's when you feel obliged to ask for money, because you gave them so much content. You gave them so much value on the day. And this builds your confidence to ask for money. You understand? But then you have to have an event prepared to show them these skills on that day. So you have to make at least 2 events so that you can showcase the first event to them where you give them lots of value and then invite them to your next event. So that's why I say 2 events. So you have to be able to understand, and then on the second day or on that event that they pay for, you give them 3 days worth of content. From 9 o'clock in the morning to 5:30, it's just you and them. And just speak all day long. That's what you have to be willing to do. You understand? If you want to make the most value. And now on your event, when they come to your paid event, that's when you give them everything. And you're benefiting and they're benefiting at the same time. Because you're impacting the world in some kind of way, in a positive way. So that's always a positive thing. And now if you do it alone, you have to understand you can always have support. You understand? It's always like that. So you have to realize every single day, do the best you can, as much as you can. And now, if it never gets to the point where you're making events around people, then try to do everything online. Try to give as much content online as possible and make that your work. And that's that. You understand? Don't be ashamed of it. You're always making wisdom of it. You understand? You're making wisdom either way. So even if you don't get to the point where you have to make events around people, you understand? If you don't get to the point where you're making events around people, don't be ashamed. Let other people do it for you. You understand? While you go and do and be like this ghost producer. You understand? Kind of thing. You're like a ghost. You understand? You're like a ghost online. And because you act like a ghost online, what happens is you make a lot of content and you give it to them. But you're like Casper the ghost. You understand? It's like, where are you in life? And let it be that way. But the thing is that you're out there in the world somewhere. You're through the knowledge. The knowledge is with you. So you always have to make the wisdom come true for your life. But what I mean is, you just be online. And that's where you be. So if you're not making events around people in real life, just make your content online. Give it online. Make your content, give it online. And just be that. You understand? And that's something that you have to understand. That you can coach people anywhere you want. And you can go the most free way possible for yourself. So whatever's beneficial to yourself, that's what you do. And you're making wisdom from it. So if they don't want to be with you, then it's not the end of the world. You be with yourself. You enjoy yourself. You live life. And that's that. You have to understand every single day, try to always do more for yourself. Try to live as much as you can. Try to do the best job you can. And that's all you can ask of yourself. And all you can ask from anybody is to help them. You understand? To grow them, to live life more with them. But the thing is that all you need is yourself. You just need yourself in life. And you need to be there for yourself. You have to be your best friend. And if there's anything in this program that I can teach you, it's always be consistent in what you're doing. You understand? Always be there for people. You understand? Never back down. You understand? Never give up. Make sure you always chin up in the air. You understand? Make sure you're always lifting up people. Lift yourself up in the process. Help people. Try to seek ways to help people. If people ask for your help, help them. Even if they're trying to use you, go and experience life with these people. You understand? You have to understand everything that's not a waste of time is something that's information. So as long as you're going through information in your life, you're studying, you're becoming a better person, you're growing in your attitude. And that's the important thing. That's what you need to be doing every single day. You understand? And now, when it comes for the time for me to make events around people, I promise you it's going to be in a better time. And now, if it never happens, then I'm just going to post my content online, and that's that. It's not the end of the world. I'm happy either way. You understand? And you have to realize that my knowledge needs no introduction anymore. You understand? And it never needed an introduction. You understand? So you have to realize now, at this point in my life, I'm getting somewhere with my life. You understand? I'm not stupid, even though I am. You understand? So I'm both. But you have to realize that I'm doing much better. And that's the main thing, that you always do much better. You understand? You always need to be doing much better for yourself. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to understand how to live life. You have to understand how to teach life to people. I preach life to people. Life information, skills, skill sets, business, information, spirituality, love, kindness, courage, confidence, richness, abundance, $1 million mindset, $1 billion mindset, public speaking, you understand? Body health, whatever it is, I preach it, you understand? Because it's information. And I study everything. I study philosophy, writing, fashion, everything there is, I study every single day. Because I understand how it works. You understand? I understand the information. So I give it as much as possible. And that's why I have a business, because I understand something. You understand? Even though I don't understand anything. So I still understand though. And I have to understand my information in order to give it. You understand? Because what I don't understand, I don't speak about. You understand? And that's how it is. So every single day, try to do the best work you can. Try to live the best life you can every single day. And that's what you have to do in your life. So if this audio program has helped you, please share it around. Please give it to a friend. Please give it to a friend of yours. Give it to your mother or father. Give it to your brother or sister. Try to help people with it. You know, and try to show my name to people. Danny Milivojevic. Try to share my name around. And you can do this favor for me as well, because I do deserve it with the information I've given. And you have to understand, it's much more how I'm always trying, you understand? I'm always trying to help. I'm always trying to do much better in all areas of life. And that's the main thing that you have to be doing also. You have to understand kindness is everywhere. And kindness is something you do. And you have to understand this is kindness in the way I've helped you here, in terms of how I've given you this information. And when you give information to people, that's how you become kind. That's how you become generous as a human. Yes, and you become this amazing person. And that's who you have to be.